Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today it's finally September 2nd. It's the beginning of fall for me. I know fall isn't until the 21st, but whatever. It's already fall in my heart. So I am coming to you with a fall hopefuls, a fall TBR. I have over 20 books on this TBR of books I really want to get to in the fall, books that have the vibe of the coziness of fall, of the scary, spooky feelings of fall. So I really want to get to those books. Maybe this TBR, since this TBR is really long and I've been in a reading slump, I want to say that this TBR might flow into a winter TBR as well. But for now, they're my fall hopefuls. So let's get into it. The first one that we have is House of Leaves by Mark Daniel Whiskey. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong. This is a book about a young man who discovers this weird chest with a play in it and a book written by an author that warns against a house, basically. It's like Inception. You're reading a story about the story and you get into the story about this weird house that is probably haunted. And this book is told in a weird format where you have colors, you have some pages that are empty, and like all of that. And so that sounds like very spooky, very fall, very my vibe right now. So I'm really excited to get back into this. I had started it. It's a chunk of a book, so I was only like 40 pages into it, but I was really enjoying my time, so I'm getting back into this. Next, I have The Honey Witch by Sydney Shields. This is a cozy fantasy again. I just finished The Spell Shop, also about a witch, and so it's really fall vibes. This is about Marigold, who is whisked away to a tiny island by her grandmother to be a new apprentice to this honey magic, apparently. So I'm really excited to read this. It's also apparently a sapphic romance as well in there. So I want to get into this for the fall. So this is probably gonna be like top priority. I'm really into a cozy mood right now. The Spell Shop was my cozy find, my cozy like love of the year. So I'm really into a cozy mood. Next we have Dracula by Bram Stoker, and I've never actually read Dracula, and look at this beautiful edition. Ah, incredible. It's got illustrations inside as well. Like, look at these end pages. Like, incredible. Beautiful. This is. Oh, I love it. So I've never read this classic. I've really been wanting to read it, and so fall is perfect. This is going to be an October read for sure. So this one is not going to be on top of my list just yet, but definitely going to be on my list for fall. Next, my 24-hour readathon, I finished Magnolia Parks, so automatically second book, the Daisy Hates part. I was obsessed with that. I'm obsessed with that book. I'm obsessed with Magnolia Parks and BJ's story. Like, I want to know more. But I've heard people love Daisy Hates more than Magnolia and BJ. So this is absolutely top of my list. I'm probably gonna start it this week. Next, I have a couple that I have on hold at the library. So I have Where the Dark Stands Still. This one is a retelling of a Polish, I believe, folklore myth. And it sounded really intriguing and really like cozy, as well as very fall vibes. And I believe there's a witch in there, or like magic as well. This is all for me. Like, give me all the books about magic, about witches, like, I'll read it. So, that one. About magic too, we'll do Practical Magic. Everybody and their mom has read this, and I still haven't read it, so I need to get on the reading train of this book. Also, Mortal Follies. I don't remember. I used to own it, but then I unhold it. So I put a hold at my library for it. I don't remember exactly what it is about, but I heard that it's really sweet. I think it's also sapphic novel, sapphic romance in there. So I'm always excited when there's a little bit of diversity in my books. So I'm excited to get to that one. The next one is one that everybody has been raving about, who's part of a duology. It's One Dark Window. That one, I'm also late to the trend, and everybody has been absolutely obsessing over the second book. The first book I've heard mixed reviews about, but the second book, everybody's raving about it. So I thought that I would put it on my TBR list for fall because it gives me really fall vibes. Just the cover is very fall, like October, spooky. I heard there's like a tarot system. I love tarot, so give it to me. Yes, please. As soon as I heard that the magic system is based on tarot, yes, please. Yes, please, and thank you. I'll eat it up. The next one that I also want to read is Blood Over Bright Heaven. So this is the same author as The Sword of Kaigen by M.L. Wong, and this is their second standalone novel. I haven't started it yet. I'm really excited though. I heard incredible things. Emily over Emily Reads, her channel, I'll put it up there. She's obsessed with this author. This book was her favorite book of like 2021 or something, 2022. And then Blood Over Bright Heaven was her favorite book of the year for last year. So I absolutely need to get into it. Yes, please. Next one, I am gonna go with some more like romance-ish books. So we're gonna do Zodiac Academy, which everybody and their mama has been talking about over on TikTok, and I need to get on the trend. I need to go. I need to start reading it. So Zodiac Academy, as well as Quicksilver. Quicksilver, I believe, is a book that is from a TikTok author, and it's been like raved about all over on there. So I want to get on that trend again, you know, like I want to pick up the train and not get left behind. So we're gonna do both of those. And the last one I'm gonna do for all of these are like my top priority. Like those are the ones I have to read or else I can't read anything else. Like I need to read these. These are the ones that I really want to get to in the fall. So the last one is Flawless by Elsie Silver. I don't know if you can see somewhere on here. I have some of her books. I have Wild Love right there, and I loved that book so much. That was like a 5 stars for me. I was obsessed with reading it. I think the second book in that series is coming out in a day or two, so I'm so pumped for it. I need it. I need that second book. So that second book is coming out, so I'll probably read that one. I can't remember the title. I'll put the cover over here. And then I'll read the beginning of her Chestnut Spring series, I think it's called, which is Flawless. Everybody has been raving about that series, and I love her writing. I love her characters, so I really want to get into that one. Okay, so now that we've had all of the priority books and the books that I really need to get myself to read, then we have more of books that I'm hoping to read. I don't know if I'll get to them. I would want to get to them, but you know, hopefully I'll get out of my reading slump and I'll be able to get to these books in the next 3 months, because I have 3 months. How, like 20 books in 3 months is doable. I'm sure, yes, I used to be able to do that. So the first one that we have is A Crane Among Wolves by Jane Eyre. This is like, it reads like a K-drama. Her works read like K-dramas, and I'm obsessed with K-dramas, so why wouldn't I read this in the fall? This is a mystery thriller kind of thing that reads like a K-drama, where her sister was abducted by the prince, because the prince is a tyrant and he just like abducts girls and like threatens them and like tortures them and all of that. Like, it's awful. He's awful. And she is going to go on the hunt to find him and find her sister and, I don't know, maybe kill him. Oh, honestly, I would. But yeah, so that sounds really fun. That sounds really exciting. So I want to try to get to this in the fall. The next one I want to get to in the fall is the second book in the Halfling Saga series called Shadow Crown by Melissa Blair. I really enjoyed the first book. I really want to see how the story continues. I just really haven't been in the mood for this series for some reason. But hopefully within the fall I'll get around to it. Or maybe this will be bumped to like winter TBR. We'll see. The next one I absolutely want to get to. Words of Irradiance by Brandon Sanderson. Yeah. Over 1,000 pages. Yes. What can I say? I'm obsessed with this world. I'm obsessed with the Way of Kings. I'm obsessed with the way Brandon Sanderson writes and creates his characters. I really want to get back into this world. I want to get immersed into it, thrown into it. I want to love these characters again like I loved them in the first book. I had started this book over 3 or 4 years ago and I just put it down because I just couldn't do it at the time. So I'm restarting this fall, hopefully, and hopefully I can catch up because this is the second book and the 5th book is coming out in December. So I need to catch up. I'm excited, but I'm also a little bit scared because look at this. I'm also a little bit scared. So we'll see. But this is one that I would really love to pick up in the fall. The next one that I want to pick up is Jade City by Fondaly. I had started this book and I was really intrigued by the world building and the magic system that she has in there. The magic system is based on jade. So the more jade that you have on your body, the more jade jewelry and jewels you have, the more power you have. And so I thought that was super, super interesting. And you're following 2 different families that are at war with each other for the jade, for the power. So I really was enjoying this. I want to get back into this world. I have the other, you can't see them, but I have the other 2 of that series up here on my bookshelves, and I've really been intrigued in reading this. So hopefully this fall that'll get read as well. Then 2 other books by the same author. I want to read The Serpent and the Wings of Night, as well as Children of Fallen Gods by Carissa Broadbent. This is the second book in the series, what is the War of Lost Hearts series, and then this is the first book in a duology that she has, The Crown of Nexia. This is really popular on TikTok right now. It also was picked up for traditional publishing, so I know that people are loving it. I've been really meaning to get into this. This is kind of like a Hunger Games trials with vampires, I believe. I don't know much about it. I really want to go into it blind, but I want to get to it soon. And then this one is the second book in the War of Hearts series, and I've really been enjoying it. The first book was incredible. I've really, really loved it. It's like, it has also a little bit of romance in it. It has a lot of incredible like war scenes and like action-packed scenes. Like, I've loved it. But again, a very dense book. This has how many pages? Like 700 pages. It's really heavy. So yeah, one of those 2 I really want to get into as well. I would also like to get into the Gentleman Bastard series. This is The Lies of Locke Lamora by Scott Lynch. I've heard only great things about this book. And this is like a high fantasy book, like similar to, I want to say like similar to Brandon Sanderson's work. Or maybe more similar to Robin Hobb's work. Yeah, I really want to get started with this and see if I like it this fall. Like a heist kind of thing, I think. I really want to try to see if I can get to that this fall. And the last one that I want to read. Sorry guys if the frame is different. The camera just fell on me, so. I was trying to grab this book, this chunk of a book. Conte de Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. This is a revenge story, and so I thought like heist revenge story, trying to get away from being wrongly imprisoned and all of this, and so I really want to get to this. I had started it and I had read almost, I think, 50% of it, but I just let go of it, unfortunately, and I really want to get back to it. I was reading it in French, but I think I want to try to read it in English. This is the English version that I have from Barnes & Noble, so I want to try to see if I can get to that one this fall. But I have a lot of big books. As I'm looking at my stack right now, all of the books I want to read are like huge. So I don't know if I'll be able to get to all of them, but I guess we'll see. Very last one that I want to get to that's a shorter read is I Who Have Never Known Men. I heard so many good things about that book. I think it's about a group of women who've been imprisoned or who've been held captive, I think in a basement for years and years and years, and they're able to escape and they get into like the real world and they don't know what to expect, and then they don't know what they're expecting or what the world is for them. So I thought that that was a really interesting blurb when I first read it, and then when I first heard about it, Emily was talking about it a lot, and she said that it's one of the best books she's ever read, and she wants to reread it in French as well, so I think I'm gonna get to that one as well in the fall. So yeah, that's all guys, that's all I have. That was my fall TBR, full hopefuls. As you can see, I have a lot of books that I want to get to. Will I be able to get to it? We'll see. We'll see. But I guess I'm also very much a mood reader, so I guess we'll see which ones. I said that I had some very priority ones, but that might move around. I might start Words of Radiance sooner than I thought, honestly, because I keep eyeing it and I'm like, I want to read that one really badly right now. So yeah, those were my fall TBR hopeful. Let me know down below if there's any books that you want me to read first, any books that you would like me to vlog, and I'll see you guys in a new video soon. Bye!